Hi everyone, welcome to this edition of Lunch with Laura. I'm Laura Lee Collet and I'm visiting you from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 20 years and I'm here today to show you some tips and tricks and help you with some of your stamping. See if maybe some of these ideas will help you or give it a little extra pizzazz to your project. Today, we're going to be, I had to show off my Stampin' Up! Mug. Okay, we are going to be making these adorable little boxes. This is a Christmas box. This is one from our stamp set called Cheers and Sips. And let's see. Oh, here it is right in front of me. It comes with dies. There are 15 dies in here. And you've got two glasses, the short squatty one and the tall one. And then you have all sorts. You've got an umbrella. You've got all the makings of a drink from celery to, I think that's thyme, basil, lemon, you've got ice, so everything is in here to make your drinks, whether they're alcoholic or non-alcoholic. So, you've got cheers to you, cheers to us, it's your day, let's celebrate. So as you can see, I just did the cheers 3 times on this. And on this box, I used the banners. And this is great. It has 20 different banners, and the thing I like about it so much is that they're curved, just a little curve there. And they come in a multitude of sizes. And I was going to try to show you the banner I made that's across my storage unit that I have my paper in, and it says Stampin' at the Bird Nest. And I used one of the little, not the smallest one, but the next size to make the banner. But when I tilted my camera up, it was upside down, so I didn't want to go there today. Okay, now, I also am we're going to do this one a little bit different. I'm going to use a punch instead of using the dies from the banner set. And that's called Party Banners. And I'm going to show you a little trick here. Can you see the shine on that glass? You're going to die when you see how easy that is. Okay, here we go. Oops, there goes one of my dies flying off. We don't want that. The paper I'm using today is the paper that comes with, it's called Celebratory Sips, and it goes with this stamp set. It's got a ton of colors that just tickle me pink because I am all over colors. The back side is as cute as the other. And let me show you as cute as the front. We have 2 different dies, one for the tall glass and one for the short squatty glass. And let me show you right quick how you can use these. All right, there's this paper. See, I've already cut out some things, but I didn't know what to do with this or what it was for. And then it dawned on me that you can stamp your little squatty glass and then cut it out like so. Well, I used the smaller one so that you'd have a little white at the top. The larger ones you can use for the larger glass and cut those out. Another thing is, look at that cute little flower paper. Pumpkin pie on the back, Look at these flowers. I love those. There's another sheet of that. Now this one has some places where the drinks don't have any embellishment at the top. You can always cut that out and then replace it by stamping and cutting out, such as if you cut this out, it would cut off part of the lemon, but you could just add a stamp a lemon and cut it out with the circle over here and put it on top. But today we're just going to find one. Here's one that doesn't have any Gucci's at the top, anything to go in your drink. And then they also have some short squatty ones. Okay, so what I did, I went ahead and cut out one of the glasses that was one of the glasses that you could use with this short squatty one. So before I get started on that, let me show you how I made this shine. I think probably everybody has packing tape somewhere, and all I did was pull out enough to cover up the glass, and I'm going to trim off the excess just so it does not gum up my cut and emboss machine. Okay, so there you have it, and see, you can see the shine on it. So let's cut this little guy out and we'll be done with that one. And I do recommend that you use your tape so that it won't go anywhere while it's running through the little cut and emboss machine. If y'all don't have one of these, they are great to take to crops or just to have by your desk. You can't do everything with it, but the majority of the things you can cut with it. It has to be no more than 3.5 inches wide. Okay, so there you go. So now I have that cut out. Isn't that cute? So I'm going to put my die back on here and put that out of the way. And let's talk about our box. This little box is so simple and easy and fun. And I'm going to get that out of the way. All you do is slide the ribbon off. And then pull up the side and your box opens up. We were hoping at my class that it would be big enough for Kleenex, but it needs to be wider for that. But you could put candy's always good, or some other sort of little prize in there and give it as a gift. And then it just, there's very little gluing. You just put that back like so. Okay, so let me show you what we're going to use. Okay, we've already cut our little glass out, but I'm going to use a piece of 3 1/4 by 1 1/2 piece of Daffodil Delight. I have this wonderful gold ribbon that is so easy to make a bow with, and it's very pliable. It's wonderful. And I cleaned up so well that now I can't find it to tell you what it is. Let me see if it's on my sheet. It's called the Gold Stripe 3/8 inch ribbon. And now, so there's that. Like I said, I cleaned up, now I can't find it. Now, to do your box, this needs to be 4 inches by 11 inches. You can't see that, okay? So 4 by 11, and that means that in one sheet of designer paper, you can make 3 cuts for 3 different boxes. This is a fantastic way to use up your stash. Any of your old designer paper, make little boxes, make little gift things to give away, because it's really fun and cute to do, and people love them. All right, usually I would turn it over, but this piece, as you can see, is black on the back. So in order for you, maybe it would be, let me try it here. Okay, what you're going to do is turn your paper long ways up here. And you're going to score, and I'm looking at my cheat sheet, at 3. Let me put these in the right slots so that we don't get mixed up. Some of these wouldn't stay in, so I used a glue dot to make sure they stayed in. That's one of them. So 3 inches, 4 inches, excuse me. And then that one's stuck with a glue dot. Okay. 8 inches and 9 inches. Okay. Oops, that one came out. Okay. Now, let's, let me show you. I'm gonna get this down where you can see it. Uh-oh, what happened here? Okay, I'm not sure what happened with my screen, but you can see it here. Okay, there are 2 ends on your stylus, and I am using our Simply Scored. It's $37. We had a meeting, and they asked, what's your favorite tool? They did a poll, and I put down this as my favorite tool because I use it every time I make a card. So, that being said, it comes with a stylus with a very skinny end, and this is the end you use for cardstock. It is thin, the cardstock is thicker, so this will make you a nice line, where on the other end it's a fat ball, and you use that for thinner paper such as DSP. Okay, now, let me see if I can, there we go. Okay, now I'm back in business. Okay, so I'm taking my fat end and I'm going to score a line at 3 inches. Oops, don't let it move. At 4 inches, at, that's in the wrong hole, 8 inches, oops, no it wasn't. Okay, there we go. 8 inches, and at 9 inches. Now, you're going to rotate it and score at the 1 inch mark on both sides. So there's the 1, and I'm just going to pull it all the way down. And then over here, this is the 3, or you could turn it around, but this will give you another inch over here. Okay, we're through with our scoreboard, Simply Scored. And what you're going to do now is, you can see all the score lines. I'm going to fold it along the score line. And I'm going to use my bone folder. I'm not pressing real hard, but I want it to be folded there. I'm going to press this side and do the same thing. And you're going to, every line, this is the 3-inch mark, the 4-inch mark, then down here at the 8 and the 9-inch. Okay, so now what you're going to do is snip along the line at the 3-inch, and all I'm going to do is go right up to the corner here. Don't go past that. So there's the 3-inch. Oops. We do need to get it right up to it. The 4-inch. And you're going to do this on both sides. Let's see, there's that one. And these two. Okay, now, when you go to put it together, you're going to fold on the 2 inside lines, like so. There we go. And get your tabs to the inside. And that one needs to be, no, I think it's fine. Okay, if you need to go back and go a little bit farther in, you can. So then when it's folded over, this will be what your box is going to look like, okay? Like so. So, this is where I'm going to put glue on my tabs, and I'm going to use liquid glue for this. Oh, good, it's coming out. Thank you. Sometimes it doesn't want to do that, especially when I'm on TV. Okay. So, I've put my glue. What I'm going to do is fold it over and match it right there and hold it until it's flush and it'll stay stuck. And you can do it here too. It doesn't take but a minute for this stuff to start adhering. And there. And there. Okay. And guess what? Your little box is finished. Just tuck those tabs in. Oops. Tuck this one in over here. Oop. There you go. And look, there is your little box. How simple is that? Okay? Now I'm going to put that right here. I'm going to put this on top of it so it'll be together. I have a piece of ribbon that I'm going to find the center. And you know what, we're going to wait and do that after we do the punching and the stamping. Okay, this happens to be a retired stamp, punch, but it works, this technique works with other punches. And what I did was I cut the paper just a tiny bit smaller, I hope, than the opening here. And let me show you what I'm going to do. I wanted it to be a little bit longer than this, So this is what I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, stick your paper in, and you're going to grab one end of it and go as long as you can. And see? Now I'm going to do the same thing, only this time I'm going to pick up the one that I just cut, and I'm going to bring this down there. There you go, and see, it's a little bit longer than the original. Let me show you that again because it's just too easy to do. So remember, don't punch until you've pulled out one of the ends. So I'm gonna, and you can go in as far as you can, keeping it straight. And now this one's gonna be way longer. And get the other end, pull it back through. Come on, cooperate. Okay, and I'm going to go as long as I can on that one. And look how cute. I even did it with the designer paper, and look how cute that is. And see, you've got the scalloped ends. And I just love that technique. It can be done with dies too, but that's a class for another day. All right, let me get this picked up. And we're going to use the shorter one that I made. Okay? And I want to stamp on here. Now, I want to be sure that I have room for my little glass to go on. So I want to stamp right towards the end. Then you have a little playroom. So I am using one of the colors that's in the paper. This is Blackberry Bliss. It's not a color I use that often, but I love it. Okay, there you go, just for you. Close this back up so I won't get stuff on my fingers. Okay, then you have a little room to put your little glass. And I'm just going to use some dimensionals to pop that up. And you don't want to get up here, so kind of be mindful of that. Okay, there you go. So that's going to go on the box. And let's get back to the ribbon. Okay, this is about, I think it's about 17 or 18 inches. And remember, it's always easier to cut your ribbon a little bit longer so that you're not fighting with it being so short that you're having trouble. And I just found the middle and put it up under the box. And I guess we could go ahead and put these on too. Now I'm going to do the little tag flat, so I'm just going to again use my liquid glue, but I want to caution you, you have to be able to pull this up, okay? So don't put any glue right here, because here's the little opening. So I'm going to start down here. Put it about right there. And if you want to, oops, you might need to pull that up. Okay, so I just opened it back up so that I could mash down on it and it would stay. Okay, and there's no glue there. So I'm going to close my little box back up. And now I'm going to take my ribbon. Okay, that's about halfway. And if you've watched any of my videos where I have been tying, you know that I guess it's something to do with lefties, but every time I make a bow, the feet are going in the wrong direction. So let's see about this one. This one, I guess it doesn't really matter, so let's pull that. Oops. Okay, then you can shorten it and pull it tight. You may need to shorten it again. And then I'm just going to clip off those little things right there. Okay, so there is your little box. Easy peasy and adorable. So I hope you'll try this for some of your DSP. Okay, I actually started this video and got halfway into it and realized I hadn't pressed the play button. So I'm going to go back and show you one more trick. And this has to do with our new washi tape, the Extraordinary Floral, which is right here. Let me get all my mess out of the way. Okay, this is the Extraordinary Floral washi tape. And I have never, oops, I'm not showing it to you. I have never really been into washi tape, but this is so much fun. And I'm going to show you. I may need to get another sheet of paper, which I think I do. Let me hang on here, Houston, because I used up. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll just do the back here. I'm going to use adhesive on the back. Our adhesive sheets are $11.50, and you get 12 sheets that are 6 by 12. And that gives you a lot of stuff to stick down. Let me show you what it looks like. It comes like this. Like I said, 6 by 12. It's $11.50 and it's on page 113. This is not a necessity. This is just something that I added because I wanted to have the option of either using the tape to glue down the flowers, or you could still use dimensionals on it if you wanted to. So I'm just going to take this, oops, and I'm going to put it on the front. Just pretend like this isn't here. I'm going to put it right here, and I've cut the adhesive sheet the same size as the Very Vanilla. If you see any hanging off, just trim it off so that it doesn't, you don't want to gum up your cut and emboss machine. Now, I found that in working with this die, and some of the ones that are more difficult to line up, if you'll find a focus point that will work for you and line, like I'm going to line up, there's a piece of eucalyptus that I'm going to line up right here in that space. And it's right there. Now what I'm going to do, okay, I know from using this die that Oh, it is gonna cut this out. Sometimes you're left with a little leftover to get it where you want it to go. And this is actually going to have some multicolors in it because some of them, there are two patterns on the tape. This one is more yellows, corals, where the other one is blues, like these that I've already cut out. And y'all, it's so easy. I needed some quick tags. I punched, stamped, and added my little flowers from the washi tape, and I was done. Okay, so back to this. I know that that little one flower needs to be on here. And I love this so much because it is so easy to lay down. Now you do need either a bone folder or a credit card or something, and you can start rolling, put a little bit on there and roll, and as you roll, mash it down to the paper, and then roll a little more, do the same thing, and let's see how long we need to make it. Oops, I forgot that I didn't start that early enough. But look, this is another awesome thing. It just comes right off if you need to place it in a different spot, or if you got a wrinkle in it. Okay, so let me come back down here, and I'm going to take my bone folder, or you can use your hands, and just make sure there are no wrinkles. Now down here, I'm going to cut this off right quick. Wrong scissors. I think it's, yeah, right here. Now, I've got a few little wrinkles and things here. So what I'm going to do is just pull it up and smooth those out. Like I said, it's very easy to use, very forgiving, so that you can just keep doing it until you get it right. Okay, this one's wrinkling on me, of course. I know why. It's because I'm on TV. Okay, just about all the wrinkles out. One right here. Now, the next thing you need to make sure of is that you have put your tape to hold it straight. And I'm going to be using the mini cut and emboss machine. And you're going to make your sandwich the regular way you would for dies. Plate 1, plate 2. Then you're going to put your project and then cover it with plate 3. Well, actually, it's another 2. Okay, so I've got this on here, and I'm going to take some tape right here. Y'all, this is just too cute not to share, because, like I said, you can have a card or a tag decorated in nothing flat, and you're good to go. Okay, and I would suggest you use your tape, top and bottom. That one's scooching around a little, so you have to go back up there. Okay. Okay, I think that's in a good place. Now remember that when you use your cut and emboss, you need to let this plate 2 come back just a little bit. See where it is? And because this is long, I want to make sure I'm cutting everything. And then I'm going to top it with 2 plate. Bring this over. If y'all don't have one of these little minis, these are so fun, and you can take them with you. Okay, I have a feeling I may have gotten off slightly on this, but we'll see. And now you can see the flowers fall right out. Take that off and see how they're just all falling out? Yeah, I got just a little off right down at the bottom, but for the most part, I think that came out pretty good. Okay, we got that, and all these cute little flowers. Now what I do is I store them. This is a little one of the folders that the dies come in from Stampin' Up, and this one had a little die in it. I can't remember which one, but it is perfect for storing these flowers. So I'm going to put all my flowers in there, and then when I'm ready, you can pull them out and make you a cute little tag like I did here. Now, one thing in working with this, I found that every now and then you have like some that's left over. Well, that's too small to use, so I'm not going to worry about that. But, excuse me, this was a piece that was left over, so I don't know if they're matched every 6 inches or not. But if it's part that you're not going to use, like I said, just roll it out. You can stick that to your project, and then put your paper under and start rolling it out to get whatever it is you want on there. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you for joining me. It's been a blast as always. I love sharing all this stuff with you. If you have comments, please let me know. And hopefully I will be back next Thursday at 12 noon Central Time. Thanks for joining me. Come back next week. Love you.